Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
What happened to the good people?
Good people.
What's going on? Hello, good people.
Should we just start over?
Welcome to The Odds Couple
start over?
here on Grind City Media.
No, let's just start over.
You're live on the Ford Tough studio.
Live from
smokes.
FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher
been a long
and
weekend.
Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people. Welcome to the Odds Couple Monday edition.
Single on fish.
Hello, everybody.
It's the Monday edition of the program, Chapter 6, Week 14. It's getting down to it.
Yeah.
It is getting down to it.
Getting
We
down to
got
it.
a weekend to recap, and it was a busy weekend. A lot of big things happening in college football, a lot of big games in the Shield. It was an amazing early window yesterday in the National Football League. We'll talk about that. We got a guest coming up on the show today as well that we're going to talk a little college football with. And we got a lot of early games we need to look at because this week there's no Thursday Odds Couple because of Thanksgiving. So we got to look ahead to the games coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we'll do that as we go along here today as well. I'm Rob Fisher. Lang Whitaker is here. Hello, Lang. How are
Hey,
you?
what's up? What's up?
No, nothing. What's up with
What's
you?
up? I don't know. It's been a long week. And now we have 3-4 home games in the next 7 days, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really slow down.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Well, good. Good to see you.
I'm doing good.
Good.
Got the turkey already thawed.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget to thaw the turkey. Don't forget to thaw your turkey.
Thaw the turkey first.
Yeah, because it's frozen.
Right.
And if you the night before, if you put it in the fridge, it's not going to thaw out in time. And then you wake up in the morning, you got like a iced turkey, half ice.
Does that happen?
Oh yeah. So do it like now. Get it thawed out now. Leave it in the fridge. You're good. But
That's why I have people make my
How long does it take to thaw a turkey in the fridge?
about 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought longer.
What if you
than
just leave it outside?
You can do that at night. Like it's going to be cold on Thanksgiving night around here, so it'll probably be around freezing. It's not going to be warm enough to like endanger your turkey.
Right.
You could do that too.
Or
Like I'll put it in the brine sometimes in a bucket and just leave it outside.
Yeah.
The only problem is I got raccoons in my backyard and they might
they
come
eat
over.
that turkey.
Yeah, they might come eat that thing. So
Yeah, they absolutely would.
yeah.
Sean Roser, how are you?
What's up, Fish? I'm
Nothing,
good.
man. I'm
good.
Good. It's good to see you.
Good to see
We're
you
all a little
too.
punch drunk today.
And
it was
for
a-
some reason.
It
Yeah.
was because it was a weird weekend of college football, I think.
It was, and so what we're going to do is we're going to change things up a little bit here on the show.
Oh, we are?
What we're going to do is because normally we talk about
Now's a good time to mention it to us.
Yeah, cool.
Normally we talk about what we
5
learned.
minutes into the show.
Still a Barry Zito curveball at us here.
I just kind of thought about it.
Just buckled our knees.
I'm thinking, normally we talk about the things that we learned, and then we end the segment with the big beats.
Yep.
Let's just go ahead and start
Let's
with
do
the
'em.
big beats.
All right.
Because let's get those out of the way because they basically are going to go into everything that we're going to be talking about. All right. First off, Boomer Sooner.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes.
Man, they beat the crap out of Alabama.
They beat the
did.
crap out
They
of
did.
Alabama.
They beat the. We talked about all the teams on Thursday that we thought should be. They need to watch out. We mentioned Texas A&M needing to look out for Auburn. We mentioned Ole Miss.
Yep.
Watch out for that Florida team. They're getting better. Lagway looks good. We even mentioned that Lang and I both took Colorado minus 2.5, but we mentioned that that's weird why it's only 2.5.
Yep.
It was a little strange, like maybe there's something there. And Kansas knocks off Colorado. We never thought for a second about Oklahoma upsetting Alabama.
No.
And not only did they upset them, they dominated
I actually
them.
picked Alabama at one point because I talked about how Oklahoma's been just crap
Terrible.
all year.
And
all year.
Venables had it. Venables can do this every now and then where he will draw it up defensively and it just to Milroe, they were.
Well, for some reason, Milroe turns into Superman when he plays Georgia.
Yeah.
Everybody else, he's just like
you can't let
He's
him
mid-row.
run. Whatever Venables did to not allow him to run, like every team needs to try to copy that, because they turned him into just a passer.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, just go look at his rushing attempts and rushing yards. They're not there. And so it's basically like, okay, they made him pass the ball, and it was a debacle.
Yeah. Oklahoma won by 21 as a 14-point dog against Alabama. The Sooners came into the game with a 118th ranked rushing offense. They ran for 257 yards against Alabama. Alabama's out.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you can't, there's not an
they're
argument
not.
to keep Alabama in as a
They're
three-loss
not.
team with the losses that they
No.
have to Vanderbilt,
It's the, I know.
Oklahoma?
to Oklahoma.
The Oklahoma loss is the really bad one. That's
Yeah.
the bad one. The Vanderbilt loss isn't terrible, isn't as terrible.
Who was the third loss? I can't remember. now.
Oklahoma.
No, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, and
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
And Tennessee, because Tennessee would be the team you'd be leaving out.
Yeah.
Everyone mentions Ryan Williams is only 17 or
Yeah.
whatever. He's the youngest player in Alabama history to lose to two unranked teams.
Yeah.
How you like that? In one season.
They, the only thing I'll say is, like, who else you putting in? Like, it's
Well, you're
12
right.
teams, and it's like, you go look at it, it's like the SEC's going to get a fourth team. It just seems like they're going to get a fourth team.
Maybe,
so it's
right.
you're going to get, Georgia could lose the SEC title game, and they will be a 3-loss team that is in. They will be. Because then they'd also have a win over Texas. Georgia will be in.
What if
So
Georgia?
Texas,
What if Georgia loses to Georgia Tech this week?
then that's different.
Georgia Tech's good.
Then
Like,
they would
that's
have to. Then they would have to win the SEC title game.
Yeah.
I think they would have to win it at that point. But I think you're looking at right now. And I'm just assuming Texas is going to beat Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, and the fourth is it's going to be Alabama or Ole Miss.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those.
And
is going to
Ole
end
Miss
up
beat
getting
Alabama.
in. It's going to depend
And
on what the playoff
Alabama's losses
rankings
are terrible.
I know it's going to depend on what the playoff rankings are when we come out. Who has worse losses, Alabama or Ole Miss?
But-
Is losing to Florida and Kentucky worse than Vanderbilt and Oklahoma?
Who has
Maybe,
better? It's more like,
maybe.
well, who has better wins? Alabama beat Georgia.
Alabama, and so does Ole Miss.
So did Ole Miss. Who? I mean, I also saw
That's.
that,
I mean, yeah.
I also saw that
Alabama killed LSU.
Jalen
Ole
Milroe
Miss
has
lost
his
to
clothing
LSU.
line Lank, letting
Yeah.
all naysayers know.
Yeah.
Now it's Lankin, which stands for lost at Nashville, Knoxville, and Norman.
Yeah,
We're just gonna roast Alabama.
yeah.
here.
We're just roasting Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I was looking on ESPN had a thing today about like which teams are on the bubble and not on the bubble, and like you could still make a case. They had 6 SEC teams like still in the conversation.
It goes back to what Roser said at the beginning.
What if
And-
Texas A&M beats Texas?
Then Texas A&M's in the playoff.
Yeah, I mean it's what Roser said at the beginning. You got to fill these spots.
But is Texas? Would Texas be out of the playoff if they lost to Texas A&M? They'd be 2 losses, so
Other
they'd
than-
probably still be in. But they don't have any wins either. They have no wins.
The only-
like Alabama and Ole Miss would have better wins than Texas.
The only
would.
ranked teams Alabama beat were Georgia, who was number 2 at the time, and then Missouri, who was number 21, and then LSU, who was 15. And won at LSU. Like that was a good win, right?
Sure.
They won big. They won like 42-13. That was a big win. I don't know. Give them some credit.
I don't know. There's still a lot of football to be played. Well, not a lot, but
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, there's not that much football left, Fish. What are you talking about?
Every game
not.
matters. Like everyone is
Yeah.
important.
There's one more week and then the championship games. There's not a lot left.
all right, number 2, no SEC title game. Congratulations on not going to the SEC title game to both Ole Miss and Alabama after all the complaints of not wanting to be in the game. Well, you don't have to worry about it.
Now
You're not
I'm
going to be in it. And now, I mean, the team that is looking pretty, who I don't know if they've complained at all, but hopefully they haven't, but is Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee
I mean,
looks great.
Tennessee looks great because they're not going to. They got to beat
They might
Vanderbilt.
get to host a playoff
They got to beat
game.
Vanderbilt.
They got to beat Vanderbilt first.
They have to beat Vanderbilt, yes.
But they could get a home playoff game.
yeah, they could.
Things work out well. for them.
I don't know. I don't know if Tennessee's really that good
I don't
either.
think they are.
Like, I don't think.
There's one of my good friends, a Tennessee fan, and we were texting all weekend about all this stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, we don't want to be in the playoff." Like, chickens.
Right.
You guys are afraid? Like, all right,
Yeah,
we'll go.
what?
Fine. Georgia's got to be in the SEC championship game. We'll go. We'll do it. Fine.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Like, if you lose in the SEC championship game and that keeps you out of the playoff, all right, great, whatever. But I can't, like, all these coaches. I was feeling this way last week. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, like, you want to play for the championship. If your goal is to win games, you want to win games, not sit out these games and skate into the playoff.
Absolutely correct. And the way that we fix the whole deal is the playoff is designated. Well, no, because that would be stupid too.
Before the championship
conference
games?
championships. But then but then like a Georgia, you go in and you lose. I mean, it's gotta matter that you lost.
Depends how you lose too. I think if you lose although they only lost by 3 to Alabama last year, got knocked out of the thing.
Right.
So like maybe it doesn't matter how you lose. I would think like if you're looking at body of work, how the team plays, how they look, yes, it should matter.
Yeah. All right. Number 3, the ranked go down. Number 7, Bama, upset by Oklahoma. Number 9, Ole Miss, upset by Florida. 14, BYU. 15, Texas A&M. 16, Colorado. Which were, I guess, the biggest shocker probably is Bama.
Alabama was
and
huge.
Ole Miss is probably second.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming at all. We talked about it, and I was like, yeah, I would take Florida to cover 14 points or whatever it was. But I didn't think Florida was going to just straight up win that game against Ole Miss at all. Although that was like pretty Ole Missy, you know? That was like we talked about it all. They always screw it up at some point, and that was it. That was your game where you can't. You can lose to Georgia. You can't lose to Florida. You can't lose to Vandy. You can't lose to these teams they lost to. Kentucky, you know?
Yeah. And Texas A&M, my goodness. For not believing in them, I feel like it was validated with them losing to Auburn. We talked about that game being a 2.5-point line, which was crazy that it was only 2.5. You're talking about a team that could be in the college football playoff against a team that's just not very good. A 2.5-point line was nuts, but I got bit by it. I still took Texas A&M and took that loss.
I did too.
But it was cool because it was only 2.5. I was in it the whole way until they started going for 2-point conversions.
They lost by 2.
That stupid rule.
I didn't know that was the rule either. I thought after the third one, you still had to get a touchdown. Then you had to go for 2.
No.
I didn't know it was just line up from the 2 and let's go for it.
Line up from the 2 and we're going 2-point conversions. It's ridiculous. Like they should make them. They're trying to eliminate the amount of plays the collisions that these kids have.
There was a Georgia Auburn game when I was in school that went like 8 overtimes.
To me, you should just start the game at the 50. Just start the overtime at the 50. I think starting at the 50 is cool, or just go from the. I mean, I don't know. It shouldn't be like. It's way too easy to score.
It shouldn't be automatic points.
Yeah, it feels like it's automatic points.
Yeah. It feels like it's automatic touchdowns. When you get it at the 30 or whatever it is, 25, no one's settling for a field goal. You know, they score every time.
It does make. I will say though, it does make it more exciting when they do the 2-point conversions. It's like sudden death.
It's one play.
Yeah, it's one play.
What did you think of the NFL weekend? What stood out to you? I mean, what was the biggest thing?
Hell, I hated the NFL weekend. My team's a debacle. We need offensive line help. We need defensive line help. And the crazy thing is, we still can win the division because the division is just, they're all kind of, we're a game back, but we've only got one division win. So we have to beat the Rams, we have to beat the Cardinals, and just don't get, murdered by some of the other teams. But
we were all wrong on the Browns.
The
Browns Steelers game, we were like,
CJ and I called that. We said Browns. Yeah, we said
we all have
Browns.
the Steelers in our top 5. There's no way they're going to lose to the first Browns.
Yeah, that's Thursday night.
I didn't know the Lord was
division game. Thursday night division game. The Lions continue to kick the crap out of everybody. The Dolphins
are good.
They're getting better.
When 2 is there.
Yeah. When 2 is there, they're getting better. The Dolphins have gotten better.
The Dallas-Washington game was crazy.
The Dallas-Washington game was nuts. Both of those teams aren't
Bears-Vikings game was crazy.
The Commanders are not, they're coming back down to earth. It's not.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, the Cowboys, that's the first bad team the Commanders have lost to, but go look at their schedule. Anytime they've played a good team, like a playoff team, they've lost.
Yeah.
They've beaten up on bad teams. Is Bryce Young getting better?
He had a couple good plays in that game. I saw the highlights last night. I didn't watch it.
I watched a little bit of it. He was okay. I mean, he looked like an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, right. Which I
haven't. I don't know if I've said that before about him.
I mean, the Giants could use him. There's teams that could need a quarterback. The Jets.
Has the Seahawks defense turned the corner? They've gotten healthy. They hired that guy who was such a wizard for the Ravens last year.
They were impressive.
They did a great job against the 49ers last week, and then they held the Cardinals offense to 6 points.
Yeah.
Is C.J. Stroud overrated?
Well, the Texans sure are.
I saw that thing on Twitter. Ever since he took Amber Rose home with him after the game, his career's just gone downhill.
Well, that'll do it. That'll do it.
I thought that the Bears taking that game to overtime. You're like, oh,
crazy.
We got something going here. Yeah, like maybe they're
Bears
finally
have had
turning
3
the corner.
heartbreakers.
Yeah, they have.
And then as soon as the Vikings got the ball, they just went right down and
Just
scored.
heartbreakers.
Yeah.
Caleb does some dumb stuff, but then,
Yeah.
man, he makes some throws that are like, holy crap. Like he escaped pressure yesterday, was rolling out, and it looked like he's throwing it out of bounds. And then he just lobs it right in between 2 defenders to, I think it was DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy crap. Like, there aren't many guys who can make that throw, but he can make it. Yeah. The Giants are a disaster, but we knew that. Watch the Bucks. They had lost like 4 in a row, and it's because they had lost Godwin and Mike Evans was out. They got Evans back yesterday, and they rolled. The Giants suck, but we knew that.
Giants.
Yeah, but let's just see going forward. Like, maybe they can be better.
Maybe. All right. Well, there you go. There you go. A little look at the weekend. Now we got much more coming your way, including we'll take a look at what's coming up this week and what's coming up tonight in the National Football League. Monday Night Football will wrap up the weekend. We got a special guest coming up next. We will talk with him about Ole Miss. We'll talk about the college football playoff discussion.
About the Dogs.
Talk about them Georgia Bulldogs. We got a lot of things we're going to get into with them. We'll do that when we return here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Southland Casino Hotel is helping you navigate to Santa. Win your share of up to $340,000 in free play or a 2024 Lincoln Navigator. Here Comes Santa kicks off November 24th. Get 1 free entry and earn additional entries for weekly Saturday drawings. Don't forget the grand finale drawing on Saturday, December 21st to win up to $5,000 in free play or a 2024 Lincoln Navigator. Win big during Here Comes Santa, only at Southland Casino Hotel.
Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quoting, call 800-522-4700.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple here at Grind City Media. It's Monday. It's a holiday week.
Single on Lang.
Single on me. And I'm Lang. He's Rob. He's John. And Sudu Upadhyah was supposed to join us, and he's not calling in. So we're waiting on Sudu to call us.
Yeah.
So we can talk about stuff. But until he calls us, we're going to talk about college football and the NFL and other stuff.
Y'all notice that Jacob Blevins are Zoom testing before?
Yeah.
He is still stuck there on
Yeah, it's like a horror movie. Regular Jacob is stuck on the screen.
It doesn't look terrifying.
It's like he's like running in from he just burst out of a closet or something. He's stuck on the screen.
Fish, you want to give us fish nuggets while we wait?
Yeah, let's start with some fish nuggets. Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Let's
You
have
want
it.
to do some
I
fish
love
nuggets?
nuggets.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that good? All right. Boy, we've just kind of...
He's here.
Sudu.
Nope,
I
not
see
yet.
his name.
Oh, there it is.
We see his name. It's on the
Maybe.
screen.
Why am I yelling like that?
I don't know.
This is a weird day.
It's coming shortly.
Oh my gosh. I hate my football team.
All right, you want to do some fish nuggets?
Yeah, do the nuggets.
Let's do
All right,
fish
here we go.
nuggets.
Nugget number 1.
All right.
Kirby Smart is 0-12 against the spread when favored by 38 or more points against Georgia.
What?
Yeah, how about that?
That's a lot of points.
When he's favored by 38 or more at Georgia, since he's been at Georgia, they are 0-12 against the spread. How about that?
How do you like that?
All right, number 2. Florida has back-to-back wins against ranked opponents for the first time since 2018.
The guy is denying that he did not have control of the account at that time, but some Tennessee fan account tweeted out that if Florida beat, this was back in May, that if Florida beat LSU, Ole Miss, and Florida State on the road, that he would tattoo Billy Napier's face on his ass. And they're trying to hold him to it. But someone who has the account now is like, I just got control of this account in August or whatever. And it's like, yeah,
I saw
sure.
someone posted and they were like, get those cheeks ready.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Get those cheeks ready is crazy.
He's got to get a tattoo in his ass.
Yeah. Kansas, first team in FBS history to have a losing record and win 3 straight games against ranked opponents. Wow. How about that? In its loss to Ohio State, Indiana was held to 83 rushing yards, 68 passing yards. First time this century that an AP Top 5 team was held to so few yards in each category in a regular season game. And the Dallas Cowboys, have trailed by 20 or more in 6 straight home games. Longest streak in NFL history. They're at home again this Thursday on Thanksgiving. There you go.
Lose again.
Some fish nuggets.
Sudu is joining us now. Sudu, are you there? Sudu?
You guys got me?
I see you, yeah.
You got me? Okay.
We got you.
Making sure.
It's Sudu Upadhyah, right? Is that close?
Not even, man. And that, you know what? I was in Memphis for how many years? Come on, buddy. I'm messing with you. It's Upadhyah.
Upadhyah. I was close. Because, you grew up in Oxford, right?
I sure did.
And went to Ole Miss, and now you've been in Atlanta for a couple of years at Fox 5 there, and you cover Georgia and do a lot of SEC stuff. I thought of you this weekend because it was a good weekend for the Georgia Bulldogs because everyone else lost. And
He was also just thinking about you.
And it was a bad. There's Roser. And it was a bad weekend. It was a bad weekend for Ole Miss because they lost to Florida.
Yeah.
Where do you think this leaves Georgia in the midst of all this stuff? Like Georgia now is going to be in the SEC championship game. Do they get in if they lose? Do they get in either way? Where does the Bulldogs stand in all this?
Yeah, I think with all the losses we saw this weekend, I think even if Georgia were to lose in the SEC championship game, I think it's hard. It's the big debate right now. Do you leave a team out in a 12-team playoff that makes it to their conference title game, right? And that's what Lane Kiffin was talking about. He talked to other coaches in the conference, and it's like, do we even want to be in the conference title game? Like, if we lose, is it even worth being in there? And I think the committee's probably going to side with, okay, if you make it to your conference title game and you have a good enough resume, a team like Georgia who's played some pretty tough opponents with the best strength of schedule in the country, I think they do get in. And obviously, like you said, all those teams losing helps Georgia move up. We'll see where they come out on the college football playoff rankings tonight. But, I think they're in the driver's seat to get into the playoff. The biggest thing is, are you going to win the title game, the conference title game, get that long bye and, get that first round bye? Or are you going to host a game or perhaps travel I know Georgia fans would love to host a game at Sanford. They probably don't want to travel, but the preferred thing would be obviously getting that first round bye and getting healthy because this team needs it.
Yeah, I was actually, as a Georgia grad and person who's cheered for the Bulldogs my whole life, about a week ago I was of the mind of like, all right, we don't want to play in the championship game. Like we'd rather just like miss the championship game, get into the playoff, get those few weeks off, but. Same time, like, all right, I know Kirby's smart. We want to win games, right? Like, that's what we're here for. We play to win the game. So if you win the championship, then you get the bye, and you get the home field in the first round guaranteed. So, like, I mean, I'm guessing Kirby's thought. I mean, I know Kiffin and those other guys were kind of like, maybe it's. And Kiffin even blamed everyone else. He was like, I've talked to other coaches,
right?
They don't want to play.
Him.
Definitely wasn't him. But I'm guessing Kirby's like, hey, we want to win the SEC championship game.
Yeah, you were very familiar with Kirby, obviously being a Georgia guy. I mean, we call him Big Game Kirby for a reason, man. This guy's not shying away from any kind of competition, any of these scenarios. Like, he gets his guys ready for whatever is in front of them, and there is no way Kirby Smart's sitting there going, oh, man, I don't want to play in the conference title game. No, they welcome any challenge. You know this. Everybody knows the Georgia standard and the way they approach and attack things. Yeah, that program is not going to be complaining about having to play in that game.
Sudu, we've talked here for the last 5 minutes about the championship, about the playoff and all that. They got a game this week against Georgia Tech. There are two teams, and the other team we were talking about sitting pretty is Tennessee because they don't have to play in the championship game and they should be good to go for the playoff, but they got to play Vanderbilt first. Yep. These are two kind of sneaky, scary games this week, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and Georgia Tech.
100%. Yeah, Georgia Tech is legitimately good. I mean, they run the football very well. Their freshman quarterback, Aaron Philo, has been phenomenal. They've got Haynes King, who's been a little banged up, but they run the football really well. They got a chip on their shoulder. Brent Key has experience in big games. He's coached at some, big places. Like, this is not a pushover team. I will say, I think Sanford, Black Friday, Georgia Tech, obviously a huge advantage for Georgia. There's also rumors that the black jerseys might come back.
Let's go.
Right. And the people I've talked to within UJ Athletics, they won't say no straight up to me. And this has been like the last few weeks. Like I heard during the Tennessee week that maybe it was going to be a thing. And I was told, well, it won't be this week. And I went, wait, so what do you mean by this week? And then it was very quickly shut down. Like, no, we're just saying like it's not going to be this week. And I was like, but it's going to be another week. And now they're starting to tease it a little bit. I'm just saying, if they come out in the black jerseys at Sanford, Georgia Tech's going to give them their best, and it's probably not going to be a blowout, but it's going to be a different energy there. And if anybody who's been to Sanford knows, like, that stadium makes a difference. So I know that's kind of like a weird thing to bring up, and it's not, on the field stuff, but it's going to make a difference.
Well, I'm old enough to remember the last time when they wore the black jerseys, I think it was Boise State and lost. Or didn't perform well, and that's why like everyone's kind of gun shy to wear the black jerseys again because they're like, but like you said,
they wore them against Cincinnati when Britter
maybe
was
so.
there.
Yeah, I think
in the bowl
right.
game, and I think they won. Everyone obviously thinks back to that big Alabama game, right?
Yeah.
The top ranked team, and you had game day, and Alabama just fully throttled them, and kind of people think about that. But I mean, there's been some great moments with the black jerseys, including the first time against Florida, and the team running on the field. Like, they've had some big moments. I don't believe in the superstitions of that. I think it's going to be a great boost for the team.
Kirby doesn't either. I was like, I fully bought into it against Tennessee because I'd seen all the stuff on social media. They'd posted a video. The equipment managers posted a video with "Paint It Black" as the song. You're like, all right, this is it. Georgia's going to finally bring out Then they came out in the red jerseys. I'm like, come on.
So that was the blackout for the fans.
Yeah, it was the blackout. Right. Yeah. So
this time it just feels like Black Friday, Georgia Tech. People have been asking for it for a few years. I don't know.
We're going to be
wrong.
If
I had to put money on it, I would say they're going to do it. All
right, I hope so, but I think we're going to be wrong. But you being also from Oxford, this was the year for Ole Miss. Like, this is it. They went all in. They spent all this money. Lane Kiffin has finally grown up. We got the staff. We got the defense is going to do it. They beat Georgia. You think everything's lining up the right way, and now they're in sixth place in the SEC, and they're 8-3, heading into the Egg Bowl. Like, what do we do? What do we do with Ole Miss?
Nothing. That's just Ole Miss, man. And here's the thing: I know that's like a played out opinion, and people in the Ole Miss athletics department and some of the diehards get mad at the whole "we are Ole Miss" mentality that people have. hashtag win. I grew up in that. Like, any big moment, Ole Miss has always choked. My entire time being a fan, growing up in that town, going to that school, like they do. 2014 Auburn, 2015 Arkansas, the 4th and 25. I mean, like every big moment where they need to win to put themselves in a position to either go to Atlanta or get in the playoff, they blow it. Even back when Eli Manning was there, you know what I mean? They against LSU, his center steps on his foot. The Lou Groza award-winning kicker misses field goals. Like that's just that. I've just accepted that that's Ole Miss, and I said it all week. They're going to lose in the Swamp. Wow. I was never sold on, Jackson Dart being the guy that can, like he's a great quarterback. He's going to go down as one of the best to ever come through Ole Miss. But there's Dart or that team that they've shown enough consistency in big moments, or even games like Kentucky where they can come back through adversity. They either get you, early and they just build on their lead, kind of like they did Georgia, or they kind of fall flat. And there's a lot of questions that have to be answered by Lane Kiffin. I mean, some of the offensive play calling has been mind-blowing. Some of the decisions, Dart's decision-making too. I mean, what was going on there? Ulysses Bentley has barely played all season. This guy was a leading yards per carry leader coming back in the SEC this season, and Lane's answers about him not playing just feel very phony and fishy. It's very disappointing because this was supposed to be the year, but in typical Ole Miss fashion, they did Ole Miss thing. That's all I can say about it.
Before we let you go, put on your prognosticator hat. And does Indiana make the playoff?
You know what? I think so. I think just because they're a Big Ten school, I know that strength of schedule was awful, and the way they played against Ohio State, terrible. But I still think because they're a Big Ten school and they're only one loss, I think so. We'll see how the rest of the field shakes up. But if the AP poll was any kind of indication, I think Indiana will sit in that 10-11 spot. And as long as they can finish out strong, I think so. And I'd love to see it, honestly, man. I think Kurt Cignetti's really cool. I think it's a really cool story. I know that a lot of people don't like to hear that, but it'd be cool to see Indiana in there. I mean, they might get throttled by somebody in the first round.
No, I'm with you. I think Indiana probably is going to get in. Their strength of schedule sucks, and Ohio State beat their ass. But there are two teams right now that I think still could get in. Because I think the Big Ten's getting 4, and I think the SEC is going to get 4. And so I still don't think it's over for Alabama and Ole Miss. And there are two teams there, Indiana and Alabama, that if they do happen to get in, like, dude, I'm telling you, you don't want to play those teams. Cignetti with 3 to 4 weeks to prepare, and Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer has won 8 straight when he's had an extra week to prepare. Like, you give those guys time, and they're going to come up with a game plan. So they're two I still think. They got a chance.
What happens with South Carolina? I think there's a big national push right now about South Carolina and some of their big wins and the way they're playing right now. So it's going to get really interesting the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm on Greg Sankey's side. We got him in our corner. He's gonna advocate for the SEC. He's like the Paul Heyman here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, there's going to be the Big Ten's going to get 4, the SEC is going to get 4, and then the Big 12 shouldn't get anybody. That conference is just a disgrace. Nobody should be from the Big 12. If it's not going to be Colorado just for entertainment purposes, then nobody needs to be in from the Big 12.
Sudu, where can we watch you? I know you do the show with DJ Shockley, and I see you interviewing the Georgia players every week. What's your next thing? Because the game's Friday night this week instead of Saturday.
Yeah, Friday night. So we'll have we do a show every Saturday morning that DJ and I host. So we'll do that. It'll be kind of like a post game. So usually it's a preview. It'll be Saturday morning. And if you guys just want to check out any of the content, Fox Local, you can download the app on I think everything, like your TV, phone, whatever. Instagram, Sudu TV, Twitter, Sudu TV. So anyone interested? Yeah.
I just follow you. I follow you on the Twitter, and I see all the content. So that's the good way to do it. So
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I get an occasional like, and I feel very honored, Lang. I appreciate it.
Just keep posting some good Georgia things, and I'll keep liking everything. The Braves are starting soon too, so we got a lot of content coming up.
We're always cooking here, man.
All right, we appreciate it. Thanks, Sudu.
All right, man. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Sudu.
Talk to you soon. That was Sudu joining us from Atlanta. We're gonna take a break.
Yeah,
and we're gonna come back
and.
Oh, it's time for America's favorite game show.
Who said it?
Who said it? Rosa doesn't have the theme music like CJ.
How long are our
does.
breaks?
How long do you need?
I got to pee.
We'll have a 2-minute break. Shout out Chuck Woolery. We'll be back in 2 minutes, 2 seconds right here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Looking for unique gifts and the spirit of Memphis? The Memphis Grizzlies are hosting Grizz Shop Local in the grand lobby of FedEx Forum. On November 30th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., discover a curated collection of Memphis and Mid-South small businesses all in one place. From handmade art to delicious treats, you can find something special for the holidays while supporting the heart of our community. Come join us on November 30th and support Memphis by shopping local.
Can't wait. It's time to get it popping.
It's going to be crazy. The fans are going to be loud. We need just energy.
Behind the back to Jared for the flush.
We're going to need, the Forum rocking. We're going to need, everybody in Memphis to be out there to come to support.
When the fans are good, we're good. Simple as that.
A Bane three. Yes, sir. Desmond Bane with ice water in his veins.
We'll ride the energy together.
D'Anthony Melton took my boys, my little guys, to the ice cream stand. He was like, I'm going to get ice cream. You want to go with? So he took my little guys to the ice cream stand. So, guess who their favorite player is now? John Morant. But outside of that, D'Anthony Melton's pretty high up on the list. How about this? We got youth small D'Anthony Melton jerseys at our house right now. Love D'Anthony Melton. That was a fun night.
It was a fun night, man.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. It's a holiday week. It's a Monday. We're all a little loopy and ready for this week to get underway. So it's time now for the part of the show where we do America's favorite game show.
Yep.
Who Said It? It's the name of the show.
Who said it?
Normally when I say that, CJ plays the theme music. Oh, here we go. Rosa found it. He's back from peeing, by the way.
Who said it? Who said it?
So this week, Rob made a request for something in Who Said It, which sort of defeats the purpose of the Who Said It.
Right.
So I just, as a bonus, I put a video in for you.
Bonus clip?
It's a bonus clip we're going to start with. And it's not for you to guess. It's Jameis Winston. Rob wanted the clip of Jameis talking about how God let him play in the snow globe on the pregame.
Yeah.
But this is actually, I don't know if you saw this. They had Jameis mic'd up all night. And this is like a supercut of some of Jameis's best moments from the evening. So let's start with this clip of Jameis Winston.
The horses prepare for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. And we back again out here playing some football on Thursday night. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Touchdowns out here. Let us know some touchdowns. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Love you. Oh, where the fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Your whole life? I'm from Alabama, man. I ain't never played in the freaking snow before, but I know one thing. We're going to make some snow angels by dominating the line of scrimmage. We'll make some snow angels, yes. That's what I said. I told you. Somebody jump off sides. Damn.
Somebody jump off sides.
I love somebody jump off sides.
Thank you for using Jameis. I appreciate it.
So we got Jameis in the show. I mean, I can see why he would be a fun teammate to have.
Yes.
He seems like a fun guy. It seems like he might not be the most focused on the actual X's and O's part.
Right.
But I wouldn't want him to be my quarterback.
Yeah.
But he's fun to have around. It's fun to have as part of the league.
Oh, he's great. He's great for us because we get to hear these quotes every week. And since he's a quarterback, he's interviewed pregame, postgame.
Yeah. Well, you mean by us, you mean the fraternity of sideline reporters? Because you get the best out of Jameis because you get the interview.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Although he'd be very difficult to interview because he never answers the question.
You don't know what he's going to say.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's tough to follow up with him as well because, you just ask.
I think you just play it straight. You just ask like your question.
Tell me more about the Lord. I mean, I don't know what would be the best.
There was the last week he said some non sequitur like that, and the Southern reporter said, "Is that your message to the team?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
He just kind of went on. All right, now I got games for Roser and Fish to pick here. All right, clips.
Here we go.
Here we go. Clip 1. The quote says, "I think our focus single-handedly is on Auburn right now."
Elko.
Yeah, that was
You can play it.
That was a bit of a
Our
miscue.
focus is single-handedly on on Auburn right now, and locked in on what we got to get done.
That's a tough thing to say when you only have 2 regular season games left. That's a tough one.
Well, you notice that tweet was from Auburn football. Put that after the game, put out and said, "Good luck against Texas."
Yeah.
They weren't quite focused.
Yeah, that didn't work. That was a bad one. Bad look for Mike Elko.
Yeah.
All right. How about this one? Is that a serious question? I'm not even going to answer that. The answer is so obvious.
That would be Signetti from Indiana.
Yeah, that is Signetti. I heard this.
Yeah, because he was asked if they're a playoff team still, despite losing.
Oh yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That is.
He didn't answer. I don't know if we have if it's ready. Can we run the clip, Abigail? The second one.
Is that a serious question? I'm not even going to answer that one. The answer's so obvious.
But then he gives you the wink. I don't know why he wouldn't say that they should be in the playoff.
They should be.
Yeah.
And they will be.
I don't know. I don't think they should.
You got a fit team.
There was one time in that game where I was like, where they got on like Ohio State's side, maybe like the 45 or the 40, and they were faced with like a 4th and 3 or something.
Yeah.
Or 4th and 4, something like that. And they punted, and I was like, yo, no. Like, you can't do that against Ohio. Like, you got to go for that against Ohio State because your defense hasn't been able to stop them.
I saw a stat. Other than Indiana's first drive and their last drive, they had 16 yards of offense.
Yeah, dude, it was.
I was listening on the radio. I was driving to Atlanta, and I was listening on the radio, and they got ahead. I mean, Ohio State got ahead pretty early. I flipped over to the Ole Miss Florida game, which was hilarious because I was listening to the Ole Miss announcers, and they were just going crazy.
David Kellum, yeah.
Yeah. So then I ended up just listening to that game mostly. Also, when Jackson Dart threw the pick at the end of the game, the color guy for Ole Miss, I don't know who it is, said
Harry, what's his name?
He said, "I've been watching Jackson Dart for 3 seasons. That's the worst decision I've ever seen him make."
No.
Yeah. That was like great.
It wasn't a good decision, no.
Yep.
Harry Henderson.
All right.
Harry Henderson.
We're going on to
like the movie Harry and the Hendersons?
That was Harry and the Hendersons, yeah.
That is crazy.
I don't know if that's right.
What a name.
That might not be his
What a name.
I think his last name's Upadhyah. All right, here we go. Quote 3. Here's the coach. He says, "One of the players who left our program after last season said one of the reasons he was leaving was, he said, I don't think we're going to be very good, and I don't think we have a quarterback. He told me that. And I said, well, I disagree. You've seen our quarterbacks at practice. We're going to be good around him. And that player said, I don't know, coach. Ain't looking too good. Well, he's somewhere else right now, and there's a lot of guys who are glad they are here as well." Who said it? You guys look stunned.
Quarterback. What conference?
I'm not telling you that. Okay, SEC.
Oh, it's an SEC. South Carolina. That's Beamer.
What do you think, Fish?
No, that's because he said he's talking about Juice Wells. He's talking about Juice Wells with the Sellers kid, the quarterback for South Carolina. How he's gotten better and better as the years going on. Yeah, this is Beamer.
All right, I'll go with Beamer.
Let's roll it.
Shane Beamer, let's go.
Our program after last season. He told me that we were leaving. He said, I don't think we're going to be very good, and we don't have a quarterback.
He never mentions Juice Wells, but that's what he's talking about.
And I said, well, I disagree. We got us a quarterback. You've seen, our quarterbacks at practice, and we're going to be good around him. And that player said, I don't know, coach, it ain't looking too good. Well, he's somewhere else right now, and there's a lot of guys that are here and are glad they're here as well.
They're not a playoff team, right?
Well, no, they're not. But neither is Juice Wells and Ole Miss. So.
Well, yeah.
But that surprised me. Sudu was like, there's a big groundswell of people pushing for South Carolina. I don't see that at all.
Yeah, I don't really like. I mean, I think they've been better.
They've been good.
They've been okay.
Good.
Yeah, they've been better than we thought they were going to be.
Absolutely.
Their defensive
100%.
line is awesome, and then they've got the quarterback has gotten better, and they should have beaten LSU, and they very well should have beaten. If they beat LSU and Bama, we are talking. They are.
They didn't win those games.
No, they didn't. But they did better than I thought they would.
They're 8-3. They lost to LSU, Ole Miss, Alabama. They beat Texas A&M, Vanderbilt, Missouri.
Okay, so they haven't beaten anybody.
They play Clemson this week.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
Right.
I'm going to say they beat. Where's that game?
It might be a neutral.
I believe it's at Clemson.
No, I don't
At
care.
Clemson. Yeah.
Go Cox.
All right, here we go. Number 4. I cut down the part of the words you're going to see here because it was a longer quote. But he said, "We played as well as we could play for 14 weeks. You know what I mean? I've never seen a college football team, never coached one, never seen one play as well as we did for 14 straight weeks. And it's a shame we didn't play well for 15. But like I said, I don't care what anybody says about it, you know? We were there and he wasn't." Who said it? This is a coach talking about another coach.
We go for 14 weeks.
So somebody with a loss, right? At least a loss, because they didn't play well for 15.
You guys are stumped.
Dan Lanning? I don't know. They're the only one that hasn't lost.
I'm going to say Ryan Day.
How about this? The coach that he's talking about, we were there and he wasn't. The coach he's talking about, Nick Saban. Who talked about another coach and team, and this coach is clapping back.
I'll say Ryan Day.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I'm going to say Dan Lanning, though.
Roll it, Abigail.
Look, we were there. We beat Michigan. We played for a national championship. Everybody can say what they want to say. I don't care. You know, that's the great thing about it is what it is, and it's in history. Wish we'd have played better in that game. But we played as well as we could play for 14 weeks. You know what I mean? And I've never seen a college football team, never coached one, never seen one play as well as we did for 14 straight weeks. And it's a shame we didn't play well for 15. But like I said, Love, I don't care what anybody says about it. We were there and he wasn't.
Well, that's fair. They were there and he wasn't.
Yeah.
All right.
He deserved it.
Yeah.
There are playoff teams that are going to be in the playoff that are going to be embarrassed. But
Indiana.
Maybe.
Yep. All right. Clip 5. Here's a player. Go out there first, second quarter, don't get the ball. Started getting the ball at the end. I mean, I can't do nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's Malik Neighbors.
I started getting the ball when it was 30-0. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that's Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
We'll watch the clip, but the best part of this is watch how hard he is chewing this gum.
Yeah.
This gum's about to explode. Go ahead, Abigail.
Go out there first, second quarter, don't get the ball, start getting targets at the end. I mean, can't do nothing. Start getting the ball when it's 30-0. What you want me to do?
Why in the first half are they not looking at you?
I don't know. Talk to Dave about that. Talk to Dave.
Did you say something to the coaches at that time?
I mean, they know. They come up to me, ask me what plays I want. That was that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Didn't they lose 30-7?
Yeah.
He said it was 30-0 when he started getting the ball. All right.
Yeah. Is that it?
No, one more.
Oh, one more.
One more.
All right.
Here's a coach. He says, I
All right.
wore this shirt out there for a reason. For the NIL collective, for a purpose. If you had fun watching him play and make all those plays, like it was there all night, because it's a different day and age in college football. And if that was something we want to continue to do, then what's that saying? pay the man his money, right? Like, pay these guys what they deserve to be paid, because right now our team is underpaid. And when he says pay the man his money, he does the voice. He does the voice of John Malkovich in Rounders.
In Rounders, yeah. This is Kenny Dillingham.
Boy, you sound very, very confident in that
Can
one.
roll with me or pick something else. That's Kenny Dillingham.
I'm going to roll with you, Roser.
All right, let's play it.
I thought Matt
For
ruled
the shirt today,
talked about
for
something similar.
the Sun Angel Collective.
There it is.
For a purpose, is if you had fun watching him play and make those plays, like, it was there all night. It was there all night, because it's a different day and age in college football. And if that was something that we want to continue to do, then what's that saying? Pay the man his money, right? Isn't that like a saying? Like, pay the man his money. Like, pay these guys what they deserve to be paid. Because right now, our team is underpaid. And we're doing more with guys who just got it out the mud. But eventually, you should get what you deserve. And our guys deserve more. And that's why I wore this.
I like how he says, isn't that a saying? Pay the man his money. I don't think it is. It's a line from a movie, but yeah.
That was great.
All right, that's
He's
this week's
great.
Who Said It. He's great. Well, there was also the clip
I
of
enjoy
him.
getting him. We're going to have to do a top 5 of who we like to hear.
Did you see him at halftime or at the end of the game? They stopped the game. They thought the game was over. The fans rushed the field. He's out there with his wife, and like they're doing the post-game interview, and the referee comes over and goes, "There's a second left. They have time for one more play to do a Hail Mary." So they have to clear off the field, but he goes nuts and starts cussing out the ref. And somebody got it on video. Like, there's a video of him just like on the field hurling expletives at the referee with his wife standing next to him and the fans all around and everything. It's pretty great.
Nice. All right.
I don't think he's going to be at Arizona State very long.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it. All right. Great stuff. Good.
Especially if they don't pay his players.
That's right.
Another successful
Pay
Who
the
Said
man
It.
his money.
Yeah.
Another successful Who Said It here on the Odds Couple.
Every week, man.
Every week,
Bangers.
every Monday here on the Odds Couple. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to take a peek at what's coming up this week. We won't have an Odds Couple on Thursday, so we'll look ahead to the weekend and everything coming up this week when we return here on the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering, to those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Southland Casino Hotel is helping you navigate to Santa. Win your share of up to $340,000 in free play or a 2024 Lincoln Navigator. Here Comes Santa kicks off November 24th. Get one free entry and earn additional entries for weekly Saturday drawings. Don't forget the grand finale drawing on Saturday, December 21st to win up to $5,000 in free play or a 2024 Lincoln Navigator. Win big during Here Comes Santa, only at Southland Casino Hotel.
Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quoting, call 800-522-4700. Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
I can't tell you how many people texted me and thought it was the funniest thing ever that you were sitting on the front row in your jersey.
Yo, no.
You were wearing a Tony Allen jersey on the front row. They're like, yo, tell him to check in.
That joke was smeedy.
I
told Tia, I saw Tia, I said,
Yo,
man,
I
you
did
should
have a hoodie on, though. I mean, a sweater on.
I told Tia, you should have sized up on that joint, man.
Yo, shout out to Robin Hood, man.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Odds Couple Monday edition of the program. Wrapping things up here on this Monday. No show on Thursday due to Thanksgiving. Everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving on Thursday. We'll be back next Monday.
I said due to Thanksgiving.
Did I say due to Thanksgiving?
Yeah, like it's a storm. No show on Thursday due to Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Like it's inclement weather or something.
There'll be Thanksgiving in the area.
We got some Thanksgiving rolling in on Thursday. So yeah, no show. But we'll be back with you next Monday here on The Odds Couple. But we got a lot of action coming up this week, and it starts tomorrow in college football. We got a couple of Tuesday games. No Wednesday game this week, but a couple of Tuesday games. We got Toledo at Akron. Kent State at Buffalo. I'll give you a free pick here. Toledo. Take Toledo. 4-1 against the spread on Tuesdays on the road. 4-1 against the spread on Tuesdays on the road, Toledo. And they're an 8-point favorite against Akron. Then we got our SEC action. That gets underway on Friday with a couple of games Friday. You got Ole Miss 26.5 over Mississippi State. Georgia at 19.5 over Georgia Tech. You got the rivalry game, Louisville and Kentucky, with the Cardinals a 3.5-point favorite. Tennessee double digits at Vanderbilt.
Wow.
Clemson just 2.5 against South Carolina.
I kind of like South Carolina. It feels like they're kind of hot. They're doing well.
You're like the rest of the country, that groundswell.
Yeah, I don't like the Vandy line. Like it feels like Vandy feels like they kind of fell off the cliff a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd take Tennessee and lay the points.
Yeah.
Because they're actually kind of playing for something.
You would think. Yeah.
They were when they played Georgia too, and they lost. So I don't know.
That's right.
Yeah, the Vols need what they call style points.
Yes.
Bobby Bowden used to coin that phrase back when he had that machine at Florida State rolling. Style points.
We had some style points.
They beat Duke one weekend 70-3, and it was because we wanted to impress the pollsters. I'm like, you're the number one team in the country.
Yeah, they needed style points.
Yeah.
Rest of the SEC, you got Auburn, Alabama in the Iron Bowl. Alabama favored by 11.5. Mizzou by 4 over. How is Missouri still ranked? By 4 over Arkansas. Florida 15 at Florida State. LSU 6 against Oklahoma, and Texas 6 against Texas A&M.
I hate this. Why can't Missouri and Oklahoma play each other this weekend? Why can't that be the game this weekend? They're the former Big 12 schools. Let them play. I like the Arkansas LSU boot game this weekend. That should be the game. Either way, live dog with the Hogs.
Hog dogs
against Missouri. Sam Pittman coaching for his job?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Sam Pittman. It's whether or not he wants to come back.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
I think
they're going to tell him he's not coming back.
think Arkansas, and I would say I think Arkansas would be dumb to hire Bobby Petrino.
They already did.
No, I mean to make him their head coach again. I think he's. I think it's the same thing as like Ohio State having Chip Kelly as their offensive coordinator. It's like kind of what they do is a little outdated, and it's get some fresh blood in there.
I hear you. Go hire a Kenny Dillingham.
Yeah, fresh blood.
Was hoping the Memphis Tulane game might mean something this week, but it does not. Both teams are 9-2. Tulane is a 2-touchdown favorite over the Tigers.
They are at home.
Wow.
So Bill Conley's his S&P. No, he puts out projected scores based on his formula.
Salt and pepper.
Has Tulane winning by 6. So that would tell you if you like the S&P, there's line value here on the Tigers. More than a touchdown.
Yeah, I think we got some line value.
And they always play to their opponent. Like maybe they keep it close.
Yeah. All right, and then we got the Shield weekend wrapping up tonight. The NFL week wraps up with a little Monday Night Football. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Chargers of Los Angeles. Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite in this one. The total is 50.5. Chargers 7-3 on the season. Ravens coming in at 7-4. Baltimore 4-1 against the spread at LA against the Chargers. They're 11-4 straight up their last 15 on Monday Night Football. Chargers 1-15 straight up as an underdog.
Yeah.
And they're a 2.5-point dog.
I'm taking Baltimore tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like that one. I'm taking Baltimore.
All right. Roser, who are you picking it, parking it? What do you think?
Ravens minus 2.5, man. I don't like betting against the Chargers because love some Harbaugh. We get the Harbaugh. The Ravens have lost, back-to-back? Steelers and who was it before that?
Not the Bengals.
No,
they beat the Bengals.
Who? They lost to somebody else recently. Who are the Baltimore Ravens? Anyways, I tend to. No, they have. They've lost back-to-back games.
No, they beat the Bengals and they lost to the Steelers. They've won 2 of their last 3.
Yeah, that's. Oh, okay. They lost to the Browns. Okay, so they're 2-2 in their last 4. All right. It's a tough one. I'd probably lay the points with the Ravens. I'd probably lay the points. Yeah.
I'm laying the points with the Ravens just because Lamar, what he does on prime time and what he does on Monday Night Football. That's good enough for me, and he's the best player on the field. So I'll take Baltimore, only 2.5 at the Chargers tonight. I got a couple free picks, too, for tonight.
How about the Thanksgiving Day turkey we're getting? The Giants and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Right in the that's prime napping time.
Yes, it is.
Game starting at 3:30 our time. Like eat your big meal, let that tryptophan kick in, turn on the Giants and the Cowboys, and just knock out.
Yeah,
you can get a good 3-hour nap right there and wake up in time for the Memphis game. Who's the late game? Miami, Green Bay. Like that actually turns into a good game. With the way Miami's playing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Nap time during the Cowboys game. That's our recommendation.
Yes.
Nap time during the Cowboys game. I'm also betting with the Michigan Wolverines tonight, minus 10.5 against Virginia Tech in basketball. And then on the ice, the Washington Capitals, big underdog at Florida against the Panthers. Going with the Caps tonight in the underdog spot there. So, and of course, the Ravens, minus 2.5 against the Chargers here tonight. All right. Anybody else got any picks? Anything?
No.
Good?
Good.
Yeah. Tigers are up by 4 on UConn right now.
Tigers are up by 4 on UConn. That's good. Good for the Tigers. All right.
By the time you listen to this podcast, if you're not watching live,
you'll already know.
You'll already know who won.
All right, that's going to do it for us here today on The Odds Couple. Reminder, no show on Thursday. We'll be back with you on Monday, a week from today at 2 o'clock live here on Grind City Media. For Roser, for Lang, I'm Fish. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again next week here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.